Hello and welcome to episode 25 of my Working with Evernote series. In this episode, I want to tell you all about my Incubator notebook in Evernote. Now, my Incubator notebook is where I store all the things that I am currently thinking about. So most of the stuff that's actually in these lists are not actual tasks, or I haven't actually gone through them looking for tasks just yet, but they are for future projects, or in the case I've got here, Roche Lecture 3 ideas. This is for a presentation that I will be doing later this month, and at the moment I'm in what I call my thinking about stage, where I'm just developing ideas. Now, I've learnt over many years that the process of coming up with ideas is not something that you can sit down and say, right, for 1 hour I'm going to brainstorm. That doesn't actually work for me. A lot of my ideas come up when I'm on the subway, or I'm in a taxi, or on a bus, or just walking between the different offices that I visit during the day. So I need a way that I can actually capture these ideas quickly and just put them into one simple place. I think those of you who've been following my series for a while probably know that I am very keen on hard edges between my productivity tools. For example, my calendar has a hard edge, my task lists have a hard edge, and my notes have a hard edge. I don't like to mingle these together because I find that a little bit confusing for the way my brain actually works. Now, this is my Incubator file. Now, it's actually a notebook. If I click in here, you'll see that I actually have Incubator notebook here, and in it at the moment I have 7 notes, and I'm just dumping notes in there. Now, what I've done is I've actually moved my Incubator, and you can do that just by dragging it over to your shortcuts. And the reason I do that is because an idea will suddenly hit me when I'm walking or moving or anywhere, and I want to quickly capture that idea. So in this particular example, as you can see here, I've captured a few ideas, and I actually did a sketch in my notebook, or just threw out some ideas in my notebook, which I've actually just captured a picture of, because I will probably turn this into a slide. So I have quite a lot of different ideas coming in, and this is where I really start. Now, the key to an Incubator file is that it has to be quickly accessible, which is why you really do need to put it into your shortcuts. I'm planning on doing a productivity online course, and again, I've got ideas are thrown in here. This Evernote video series, I keep all my ideas in my Incubator file. Medium blog posts that I'm writing, I put them into it. My Todoist video lists are in here, and there's a project I'm working on here, which is what I call a pure GTD project. Now, as most of you guys will know, that I before moving to Todoist, I used OmniFocus, and I still have a lot of respect for OmniFocus, and I like what those guys are doing. So I've decided that I can play around with a pure GTD project. This is just a little, if you like, side project, and I'm just throwing things into here that as and when ideas come. And of course, my 2017 plan is here. So I've got ideas developing at the moment, because now we've moved into the 3rd quarter of the year. So I've got throwing ideas in, comes into here. And then there's some key questions about my plan for next year. What would I like to change about myself? What would I like to change about my lifestyle? What would I like to change about the way I work? And what can I do to challenge myself? And these questions I will fill in over the next 2 months as and when these ideas hit me. This particular Working With channel, or as it's called at the moment, Carl Pauline on YouTube, next year, by the end of next year, I would like to have this up to 10,000 active subscribers. I do know that numbers are not that important, but at least it's a metric I can measure myself against. So I want to get ideas of how to grow this YouTube channel. So all these things are just throwing into here. And I really have to point out and have to stress that if you are going to create an Incubator notebook, what I really strongly suggest that you do is you put it into your shortcuts, so that when you're on a mobile device or when you're at your computer, it is very, very easily accessible. So this is something that I just wanted to share with you guys, because I know Evernote has so much functionality and so many features, and sometimes we can get lost amongst the trees and cannot just see the whole outline. And Evernote can do so much for you, but one of the best things I find, and one of the most useful functionality of is to capture quick ideas that are in what I call my development stage. And so they haven't turned into tasks just yet, but eventually, once they turn into tasks, then they will get, the tasks themselves will get moved into Todoist for me to start working on. So hopefully you found this particular episode useful. If you have any questions about this incubator file, please add a comment in the comment section below. And also, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And now I wish you all a very, very productive week.